Marketing at Lakeside Gurkhas. Today I'm joined by an amazing singer who sings at Lakeside Gurkhas during weekends. Do you want to give us a little intro?
Yeah, hi everyone, I'm Dana. So I've been doing the music here at Lakeside Gurkhas for a little while now, and I do a whole bunch of other things, but we'll get to that in the chat.
Yes. So to start off, how did you get into singing?
Wow, so I've been around music pretty much as long as I can remember. So my grandmother was a soprano and a pianist. My dad and his brother used to sing and perform.
Oh wow, it's a family.
Yeah, it's a family kind of thing. And so I learnt the guitar, started learning guitar in year 3, believe it or not.
Year 3.
Yeah. My a teacher at school, Mr. Worthington, still remember his name.
Still remember his name?
Yeah, had classes after school for the kids that wanted to learn how to play. So I learned it then, and then it's just kind of been with me ever since, really.
That's really beautiful. What kind of music do you enjoy performing the most?
Yeah, look, so over the years I've performed in sort of 6 and 7 piece bands, in duos and trios.
Yeah.
We've done private functions, we've done corporate functions. I love really just getting the chance to sit on my own and kind of tell stories to an audience and sing those kind of storytelling songs that are real acoustic. Yeah, kind of stuff. I mean, I love playing music with other people. That's good fun as well. But
Yeah, I've seen you play here a couple of times.
yeah, well, the whole angle behind GigWorks and the partnership with Lakeside Gurkhas is to provide opportunities for emerging artists to come and perform in front of an audience, because people who are learning their craft, often you don't start getting opportunities until you've got 3 hours worth of music. You can do a fully paid set, but it's a big step to get to that.
It gives them a platform as well.
And so this is giving them a platform to experience what it's like. It's very different performing in front of someone than performing in your lounge room. So, so that's what it's all about.
And you've been working in Lakeside for quite a while now. How's the experience been for you?
Oh, look, it's great. The whole team are very kind. I've been told I should consider it my restaurant, so I do. But I bring, friends here, I bring colleagues here. And it's a fantastic location, first of all. And the food, and I hope we get to talk about the food, but the food's fantastic.
And how would you describe the vibe on a Friday night? Like, you sing during Fridays, Saturdays and Sundays?
Yeah, Fridays and Saturdays.
Fridays and
so we're trialling different times to see what works best. Friday nights are great. It's normally, because we play outside there, so we pipe the music in so people can hear us here inside. But it gets nice and full out there, and as the sun's going down, you've got the water, you've got the fairy lights in the trees. It's just the best environment, and people seem to respond really well to it.
Yes.
And then when we do our breakfast sets of a Saturday or Sunday, that really surprised me. Like, I didn't think that would be a thing, but it's great. People love to hear, have brunch while there's a bit of live, just kind of soft live music. It's not heavy rock or any of that sort of thing, but yeah, they really love it.
The view is great.
The view is fantastic.
The music is great, and the food.
Yeah.
It's the combo of everything.
It's a good combo, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And we started with this idea that live music makes food taste better. So do you think that's actually true?
Look, I think it does. I think it is true. When you think about it, it's kind of a whole experience, isn't it? So, you've heard that saying, people eat with their eyes as much as they eat with their taste buds. And I think when you can add some music to it, it just creates a really pleasant, relaxed kind of experience. And what we do as musicians is we really try and read the room, and we'll modify our sets. If it needs to be a bit more upbeat, then we'll make it a bit more upbeat. If it needs to just pull back a bit, then we'll try and do that. So once you've done it for a while, you get kind of good at reading the audience. But it's great. People come up to me sometimes during the performance, sometimes after the performance, and they're very complimentary. So yeah, it's great.
And do they request any songs as well?
Yeah, I try to get them to request more. We've had a few requests. Most of them we can capture, we can cater for, but I'd like more. So if anyone's coming down for a feed and you see us playing, make sure you request some songs for us.
Thank you. You have the chicken 65 here. Looks so good.
This is actually, so chicken 65 is the first dish I ever had here at Gurkhas.
Yeah.
And Rajan just said, try this.
You're gonna love it.
And I was hooked. I was hooked from the
There's no going back once you try this.
No, that's right.
I haven't tried this before. This
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm introducing you to your own food.
Should we try it first?
Sure. So I'm told it's kind of it's called chicken 65 because there are 65 different spices in the mix that are made. I don't know if it's true, but it's a good story and it's what I was told. So
Sounds good.
give it a go, see what you think.
It's so good.
Good?
Good.
Yeah, it's really good. Too many spices to pick, isn't there?
It's a lot of spices in there. Yeah, it's definitely a lot. I don't know if it's 65, but there's a lot. It just bursts in your mouth.
Great flavour, and there's a little bit of heat to it, but not much at all. So just enough to set your taste buds on fire. So we had great feedback from the musicians that come and play here as well. They really like the vibe, to use your terminology before, and they love the outlook. So being able to play to this kind of view, have the people enjoying it, and you never quite know whether people are enjoying it or not, because when you're having dinner, it's not like an audience sitting there who's paid to come and see you,
Right.
and they're just focused on what you're doing. But you learn to look for subtle little signs. You'll see sometimes people will be singing along, even though they're having dinner. They'll put their forks down and they'll sing along, or they'll turn to the partner and talk about the song. Other times you just see their foot tapping away under the table,
yeah.
even though they're still talking. They're tapping away, so you know, right, that person's, it's the right kind of song for them. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to ask, what's your go-to dish at the restaurant?
My go-to dish, okay. I think my go-to dish, while chicken 65 is my very first and has a place in my heart, I actually really love masala prawns.
Masala prawns.
Yeah, it's not too hot. The flavour of masala comes through. The seafood's great. The prawns are great. Yeah, it's a great dish. With a lot of people have it over rice. I just like to have a bit of garlic naan or something and then dip it into the sauce.
Yeah, if you guys are not sure what to eat, then order that one.
Order that one for sure. So you've got two now. You've got chicken 65 and then you've got masala prawns. Make sure you try them both.
What do you usually do outside of
Outside of Gurkhas? So I really like it. I do a few things. My main business is actually around wellness. So we help people, life can be tough. Even without trauma in your life, it can be, cost of living, petrol's going up, getting kids to sport, trying to keep the house together, feeding the pets, like all of that thing, getting to work yourself. It can be quite sort of overwhelming. And so I did a lot of work in looking at mental health in the military and at suicide prevention in the military as well. And so off the back of that, I created a company that really helps anybody build stamina. So just the stamina to keep going with life, but then also the resilience to bounce back when you do have some kind of event or trauma in your life. You might have lost your job or didn't get the marks you wanted at uni, or any of those sort of things. But life is such a gift, and I think we really want to help people just navigate and enjoy life the best they can. So that's my main business. That's what I do. It's called Paper Kite. So the Paper Kite, paperkitewellness.com. There you go. That's my own plug. I hope that's okay.
It will be here as well.
Yeah. Okay.
So are you working on anything exciting at the moment?
Sorry. Look at the food.
It looks so good.
It's really
I'm
good.
tempted.
Have another piece. Yeah. I'm working on lots of exciting things at the moment. So with the paper kite work that we do, I've got two partner organisations that I work with. One is an organisation called Social Protect, and what they do is monitor your social media channels and remove any abusive content before it gets published. So it's really important for high-profile sports stars. So they do a lot of work with professional sporting teams in the US, the UK, and now in Australia. But it's really important for our teenagers who, in Australia we've got the social media ban for teenagers under 16, and so we're working with Social Protect to help provide the scaffolding, both from a kind of an emotional perspective. So we've got a program that gives teenagers the skills to kind of reject any bullying or those sort of things and just value themselves based on their own opinions. And then Social Protect on the digital side that removes any of the negative or bullying commentary that they might get sent. Yeah, and so we're about to launch that into the school sector at the end of March. So I'm really excited about that. And the other thing that we're doing is looking at launching Paper Kite into Europe as well as Australia. So we're partnered with a company called Peak State, which was formed by a couple of veterans in the UK. Used to work for the royal family, developed a mental fitness program for UK Defence, and have taken that around the world. And I did a bit of work with them a couple of years ago here in Australia. And so now it looks like they're going to pick up the program and take it to Europe. So two really exciting things that are happening. And it's nice to be able to sit here and eat food and play music when I'm not working on those things.
Good luck with that.
Thank you, yeah. I'll keep you posted.
Oh, this is around your performing here as well.
Oh, yeah.
Questions are
Yep.
just a few questions about you performing here again. So, do you ever get nervous before performing, or you're just so used to it that you don't even?
I get asked that a lot, and I don't know that I get nervous about performing anymore, but I get an excited energy because I love connecting with people, and so I've kind of gotten comfortable with where my talent's at. Like I'm okay with that, and so it's more about making sure that I don't disappoint people or let people down, that sort of thing.
Where did you perform before? There's nothing to be nervous about. Yeah.
Thank you.
How do you deal with a quiet or tough crowd?
You look for those small signals that I talked about before. So if you can see the feet tapping or somebody having a good time. Otherwise, I'll actually stop in between songs and tell a few stories or try and engage a little bit. And some days you just don't get the audience, they don't get you, so kind of finish the set, do the best you can, and pack that one up and then do it again the next day.
Do you feel like artists are appreciated enough nowadays?
I think artists are appreciated more than they think they are. Most of the artists that I know, actually, there's this balance. They've got the need to perform and it's their creative and artistic outlet, but they never think they're good enough. So a lot of artists kind of suffer from imposter syndrome. They don't think they should be there. They hope they're okay. They don't think they're good enough. They're their own worst critics. So I'll sit there and listen to somebody and I think it's fantastic, and they'll come up to me after the show and they'll say, "Oh, I missed that chord. I didn't hit that note." And I'm like, "Dude, you were fantastic. Just let it go."
Yeah, you can be the worst critic for yourself.
Of yourself.
Sometimes.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you have any idol or someone you look up to?
Oh,
who really inspired your journey?
Yeah, look, I think people I look up to have changed over the years. I think musically probably would have to be James Taylor. Older guy, he's even a bit older than I am, but his style of music, that finger-picking style and his storytelling style is very much, my style as well. So he was fantastic. I've seen him 5 times live in concert, which is great. I think my kind of life inspirations are people like Simon Sinek, Mel Robbins, those sort of people who just seem to understand how human brains work and the reality, and just being able to not be so hard on yourself, just not put yourself first, but the saying about the only opinion that really matters about me is mine, and your opinion of me is none of my business. So
be nice to yourself sometimes.
Be nice to yourself. Just give yourself a break. Yeah. So those sort of people, I follow on podcasts and really look up to.
And what's the one piece of advice you would like to give to emerging artists?
Well, apart from book with GigWorks and you'll get a chance to perform, just do it. Just trust yourself and do it.
Yeah.
And you'll have good gigs, and you'll have gigs that you don't enjoy so much, but there's no replacement for just getting out and performing in front of an audience. So just do it. Just trust yourself. Do it. Your style will change. The more you sing, the stronger your voice will get. The more muscle memory you'll get in your fingers if you're playing guitar or piano or whatever you're doing. Just do it. Just get out and do it. And make it yours. Don't copy anyone else's style. Just be your own self and put your own kind of authentic artistry out there for people to see.
That was really good. Like, just do it. Just do it.
Just do it.
And if someone's watching this and they want to see you perform live here, when should they come?
Okay, so Friday nights from 7 till 9 we perform. And if I'm not, we'll have bookings for the emerging artists. So you'll see some great local up and coming talent. And when I say emerging artists, it's the young kids that are coming and doing it, but it's also older, more seasoned artists who might want to try out some new material before they release it publicly. So we've had a few of those guys come and perform for us. So you'll get great music, great live music. But yeah, Friday nights and at the moment Saturday mornings. But stay tuned on the website because we're looking at maybe making it Saturday night instead of Saturday morning. But we'll keep you posted on that.
Yeah, we'll keep you posted on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can make posters for those as well.
Yeah, for sure. So one of the things that you asked about before was, well-being and how to, do people enjoy their meal more with music. I think when I think about what we've learned through Paper Kite and some of the models that we use there, well-being is supported by a number of things. It's supported by by food, and the tastes and the aromas can sort of take you back to other places. But well-being is also supported by connection. So connecting with people you love, connecting with new people. So being able to come to somewhere like Lakeside Gurkhas where the food is so good, and I'm not being paid, I promise you, I eat here all the time. But the food is great, the atmosphere is really good, and people will sit, and often people will have their meal, but then just sit and chat, over a drink or a cuppa after their meal and listen to the music as well. So all of those things combined, I think, just really play to a really peaceful state of mind for people. So you asked about Paper Kite and the actual program in a bit more detail. So what we do is we really act as mentors. Often a lot of workplaces will have employee assistance programs, which are kind of psychologists and those sort of things. People have got friends to talk to. One of the things I learned in the work I did a few years ago with the military was often if people are struggling emotionally, they want to speak to somebody who's also been in that situation but made it through before they do any kind of clinical work or that sort of thing. And so what Paper Kite is structured to do is to kind of be that mentor, be that person that's been in your shoes, gotten through it and gotten back on with life. And then one of the tools we use for that, this little paper diagram, it looks a little bit like a wellness wheel that you might have seen elsewhere else. But essentially what we do is we look at 8 different aspects. If somebody feels like they're just struggling and life is hard, we look at 8 different aspects of their life. And those things are purpose, safety, do I feel safe? Am I moving? So am I getting exercise? How do I feel about my day gig. So, if I'm employed and getting paid, am I managing the workload okay? Do I like the environment? That sort of thing. If I'm volunteering, am I getting the results that I want? Sleep is so important for our well-being.
Yeah.
So, am I getting the right sleep? Nutrition, I'm talking about food, getting the right nutrition to fuel what we have. We spoke about connection before, so, do I feel connected, and do I have a support group around me or just friends that I can reach out to? And then, am I taking time for myself? So, some people I know will meditate, some people just like to just go for a walk in the fresh air, and that's their kind of time for themselves. So we look at each of those sort of 8 high-level elements, and then we break each one of those down. And the idea is we try to remove the overwhelm from somebody's life if they're feeling like it's not kind of working for them, if they're feeling like they're under stress or under pressure. So we can look at each of the segments, and we can actually identify which segment or which part of their life, might be a couple of parts, are causing them to feel that. We can acknowledge and recognise that the rest of their lives are actually pretty good, it's all actually working, and then we can look at specific actions to improve or work on those things that aren't quite working. And so that could be as simple as some practices, like you might want to do some breath work if you're feeling constantly stressed all the time. You might want to go for a swim, like immerse yourself in water or in the ocean if that's your thing. So there's different practices that we talk about, and we can educate on those practices.
A whole lot of strategies.
And then beyond that, we don't provide clinical services, but we can identify when someone needs more professional help. And that could be referring out to a psychologist, it could be to a dietitian, it could be to someone, like if one of the things that's stressing you is that you're moving house and you can't find the right thing, we can refer you out to a real estate agent who can help remove some of the choice and narrow down, so it's not so overwhelming for you.
So you directly target the roots.
We target the root of what it is, yeah. And so that's what it's all about. So we come in first just as mentors, as people that have had to navigate some hard things in life, and we share our stories. My story's up on the website if people want to look at, what I've been through. So, yeah, thanks. But it's, it's that whole thing about talking to somebody who's been there and gotten through it, and just a tool. We train people in this tool so they don't have to talk to us all the time. They can take it home and use it themselves, and just kind of isolate and break down the bits that they need to work on.
Is it like a one-on-one thing, or you sit as a community?
You can do both. So typically the mentor sessions are one-on-one, but talking about the concept, we can do in groups. So certainly group sessions. We don't get to anything too personal in the group sessions, but we do go through the concept of how to break things down for yourself and remove some of that overwhelm. Yeah.
Thank you for joining me today.
It's been my pleasure.
It's been fun chatting with you today about music, food, and your program, wellness program.
Thank you. Yeah, music and food and just having a good time and enjoying life. I think that's what it's all about. So I'll be here in 2 nights on Friday night playing again. So it is. Thanks for having me.